What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound. And I do have a new song out recently called Don't Forget About Me, the Supernova version, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's talk about the voucher situation. In case you missed it, the most recent video I should have just put out is the one announcing Tasoshi Nakamoto or something like that, whatever the new card is going to be. Hold on, I gotta get this name right now. Tasoshi Drakamoto, there you go. Which is the new voucher promo card. So I wanted to take a closer look at where the voucher circulating supply is and how we're looking overall. But before we do that, let's actually take a look at Keelan Gaines, who has now crossed over 4.1 million vouchers burned for this card. Now keep in mind, the rough amount that we needed to get was 3.6 million. And we've blown past that. So finally, we have a card here that has become not just voucher neutral, but actually voucher negative, right? We've burned more vouchers than have been produced during the time that Keelan Gaines has been out. And we're starting to see that in the overall economy, right? So if we go to the vouchers real quick, you can see here, voucher prices have spiked up to 2.3 cents, which again is relatively high. I mean, we started drifting down below the 2-cent range, but then when they announced Keelan was leaving, many people went in, bought some more Keelans, as you can see, and now people are getting excited for Tasoshi. So let's take a quick look here at the overall amount. I have vouchers pulled up here, and you can see that the overall balance, and this is, I'm looking at the red line here, or the red font here, we have about 13 million vouchers in the ecosystem, right? And it's crazy because it looks like Voucher has almost 1 million just by himself. So that's actually kind of funny to me. So you got 1 million here with Voucher. I mean, even if you just look at the top, I don't know, the top 3 or 4, 900,000 here, 400,000 for whatever the SLCS account is, which might be a team account. But then you got Blockchain Founders Fund with 300,000, Master Sorcerers 253,000, Ghost Splinterlands 5. Like, I mean, there's a lot of folks that have a ton of vouchers here, and I think we're going to see a lot of those get burned even further once this is out. And if we take a look, I forgot what it was last time, but it was not very high. If we go to, let's see, get vouchers here and take a look at the market overall for vouchers, you can see here that we still have, it's about the same amount. So 740,000 vouchers available in the liquidity pool. So out of that entire amount, right, the 13 million that's technically circulating, you got about 740,000 that are available in the pool and for sale. Obviously, if vouchers continue to rise, they get minted every day. I'm sure people will be selling them if the prices continue to go up. But it is interesting to see that we are now in a voucher negative situation and starting to bring that down, because keep in mind, Tasoshi is not the only one that is going to be up there. It's going to be Yaba's Pickle as well that will require some vouchers. And more importantly, both Tasoshi and Yaba's Pickle are going to require vouchers for the additional layers, right, of the arcane. So gold foil as well as black foil. So ultimately, I think it's actually really exciting to see what we've been able to do with vouchers. I've been holding off on this video idea that I have of actually getting rid of vouchers once again, just to kind of streamline utility back into SPS, which has struggled a little bit and is now below, 0.009, sitting here at 0.0088 with the recent market dip. But I'll save that for later, unless you guys really want to hear it. I mean, I think it's a good idea, but ultimately, I like what we're seeing with the voucher utility right now. It is coming through with these exclusive cards, and the team is finding ways to incorporate vouchers even into other promo cards that are out there. Now, I don't want vouchers to take too much of a place anywhere else, and I think it's important that we don't take away utility from DEC for the flywheel. So for example, it's like, okay, it's cool that we're using vouchers here in addition with DEC and even in addition with land resources. But if you think about it, like even land resources are technically taking away from DEC. All of this wagon stuff, all this land stuff, like if all this could have just been used with additional DEC, right? But the team is trying to have this comprehensive economy here with multiple tokens. So it's not just SPS, DEC, and vouchers. I mean, if you think about it now, everything on land, including Aura, which is kind of soul-bound, but still, it's a representation of something that you can do with research that can lead to something financial, or even if it's indirectly. All of these are going to have to find a way to interplay nicely with one another. My hope is that now that Matt has the time to really sit down and look at the economy, holistically and from a very bird's eye view, we'll start to get that. So this is going to be the first major test, in my opinion. We're going to have obviously this card starting up soon with Tasoshi, and then Yaba's Pickle that's going to be taking in not just DEC, not just which by extension is SPS, right? But not just DEC, not just vouchers, and not just but land as well. But you're also going to have conflicts coming up too, right? Which are probably going to include maybe just land resources at that point. So all in all, interesting to see where things are going. Obviously, it's great to see vouchers on the rise. As somebody who admittedly likes to sell my vouchers, I mean, I'm happy with that. I'm not just trying to pump up vouchers but I think we got to a point. Let me just put it this way, and I wonder what the team's long-term goal would be. I mean, obviously, getting to like a $25 voucher, I think would be insane again. But when these first came out, vouchers, because of their scarcity and because of the demand at the time, were truly an access token, right? Like they gave you access to cool stuff. It's like a VIP token. Whereas over time, because we just kept on minting them and there wasn't enough stuff, enough demand for the things that they could get, they ended up becoming this discount token, right? And that even became the narrative for a little while from the top down. So I like the fact that we're getting to a point where, yes, there's an exclusive voucher shop. You can only buy stuff in vouchers from there. And if we get to a point where demand starts to outstrip the supply, even with the supply inflating at 40,000 per day, I do think that could actually be a phenomenal place for us to get back to that whole access token, right? People buy more SPS because they want to increase their voucher supply or, their voucher drop rate, or they buy, what are the other things called? The node licenses, right? In order to increase their voucher supply. All of that ends up being beneficial for SPS in the long run. So again, it's not that I'm like anti-voucher, but I've just had this idea of like incorporating that value right back, value and utility right back into SPS. But like I said, I'll save that for another day. Just wanted to run over the numbers with you. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.